Hawaii, aloha to the world, as we celebrate the Celebration of the Arts 2021. Today we are filming a segment called Comfy in the Kitchen. And I just so happen to have two of my great friends here, Kawika Freitas and Bernie Freitas. Aloha.
Aloha.
Welcome to the Comfy in the Kitchen. What's cooking?
Well, thanks for having us. Today we're going to have shrimp, scampi, and Bernie's going to help me create kimchi fried rice.
Kimchi fried rice. Sounds good to me.
Right.
It's comfy in the kitchen. You do as you would do if somebody knocked on your door and say, hey, what's for dinner? And here you are. So let's do it.
Perfect.
Show us how you do it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start off with the shrimp scampi, because shrimp scampi is going to be cooking for 15 minutes, and then we'll get to the fried rice. So we'll start off with uncooked shrimp, and we want to make sure that the shells are left on. It's very important. It keeps all the juices in. What we do is we rinse it out and basically just pour it right into the pan and just put one layer on the bottom of the pan and even it out. Is that enough for you, Clifford? Put a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
These are
All right.
nice.
Now, I like shrimp scampi because that's one of my favorite foods, you know, and it is, every time I go out to a restaurant, this is what I usually order. So I figure, hey, if I like it so much, why don't I learn how to make it? One thing we do is we melt butter, and I love garlic. I'm gonna put 2 of these heaping tablespoons in there, stir it around, okay? And pretty much I'm gonna put this right over the shrimp. Now what you don't wanna do is you don't wanna just pour it over. You wanna scoop so you get a little bit of the garlic and the butter mixed up and it's spread out a lot more evenly. You want a lot so that while it's cooking, it just goes into all of the shell and reaches when you reach the bottom here, you just start pouring it on. But here's a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is powdered Italian salad dressing. So you can buy one of these packs at your local grocery store, and one of these little packs is perfect. It's a 0.7 ounce amount, and you pour the whole portion all over the shrimp. You need a little bit of citrus, so we're gonna have lemon, and you just place it right on top.
Very artistic.
Yeah.
Presentation is everything, right?
Oh, yes.
So this is what it's gonna look like. Now you can either put this in the oven for 375 degrees for 15 minutes, or you can put a lid over it, put it on your stove for medium-low for about 15 to 18 minutes. We want it to slowly cook so all of that garlic and butter gets in between the shell of the shrimp and get in and make it very, very juicy and tasty.
Nice. Are there different cooking styles between the two of you? Because I remember that time we went over to your house and you were preparing pork and you cut all the fat off.
Yeah.
He came into the house and put the fat back in.
Right.
So is there always a battle between the kitchen as to?
Well, I mean, I do try to cook healthy, but he's more about the taste. So sometimes we have to compromise a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how Hawaiian cooking is. You cook for quality, but you also cook quantity, absolutely, and taste as well. So
Yes.
nice. So what else is on the agenda?
Okay, so we're gonna make some kimchi fried rice today. Our family is big. We've got 4 kids. They're adults and they have partners. So we're always cooking for, 8 to 10 people. So sometimes when there's leftovers, this is a perfect thing to make, with or without the kimchi, but we thought we'd add the kimchi today. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up our pan with some oil. And we use 2 kinds of oil. We have sesame oil and vegetable oil. The sesame oil gives it a little different taste. And we're going to add some garlic to that. You can never have too much garlic, actually. And then Kawika is chopping up our kimchi. The other secret ingredient besides the actual kimchi is kimchi juice, okay? So keep in mind, if you have a brand new jar of kimchi, you cannot use that juice. It's not strong enough. You need to use the juice from the old kimchi bottle, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We'll put that last. So he's doing that. Maybe let me have this. Kind of stir this up a little, and then you can add that in whenever.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. And again, when you plan fried rice, you don't really go, oh, I'm gonna eat fried rice. Then you go and make your rice and all of this. Fried rice is more of a spontaneous decision. You have a nice barbecue the night before, you have all of these leftover foods, you go, hey, plenty of rice left over. Fried rice, so you throw in the grilled veggies, you chop up whatever you had left over, throw that pot in, and add, everybody get like smoked meat in the freezer, and you just throw that in. One of my favorite is kamaboko is one of my favorite. She corrects me when I say it.
It's kamaboko, not kamaboku.
Okay,
all right, okay.
Stand correct.
Yes.
Well, I'm the Japanese one in the family. You may not tell by looking, but I am. So we're gonna put in a bunch of veggies. Today I have zucchini, bell pepper, celery. So maybe we can put this in.
All right, I'm gonna cut the bacon now.
Kawika, so what do you do for your daytime job?
I've been working at the Old Lahaina Luau now for 13 years,
Nice.
14 years. Currently, I am the Director of Public and Cultural Relations.
I can relate.
Yeah. So I cut up the bacon here. We're gonna add that to our fried rice.
Okay. Put
We're
that
gonna
in there.
add zucchinis here. All right.
So the thing too about the fried rice, like Kawika was saying, you're kind of using leftovers and then any other thing that you want to add. So as far as, you know, measurements go, I really can't tell you because it's just however much of whatever you have and what you want. But that was about a half a package of bacon, 1 zucchini, 3 or 4 celery.
And then I'm gonna cut the Spam here. We're not gonna put the whole can in. I think we have a lot of meat in a, what do you think? Half?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add the bell peppers now.
Looking nice and colorful, and the aromas are great.
And like we said earlier, whenever you have leftover of something, we had leftover shrimp that didn't fit in the pan. I want to throw some shrimp in. Is that okay with your doctor?
I have no dietary restrictions.
So while he's doing that, I'm going to just put in a few pinches of my greens that I like, which is parsley. And then, of course, some cilantro. Okay.
And I'm going to be adding some Spam and some of the shrimp.
Surf and turf.
Yeah. She's going to cut more of the shrimp, and I'm going to start cutting the kamaboko. Kamaboko.
Also known as fish cake.
Fish cake, right?
And there are those who are on a seafood diet. When they see food, well, they just eat it no matter what.
That's us too. So how about you, Clifford? You've cooked for us a few times. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Well, I like to go back to my grandmother's recipes, as I said. I like, she used to make a stuffed aburage with pork hash.
Oh,
And it's soaked in chicken broth and soy sauce. And oh, that's wonderful. And it's quick. It's easy. That's one thing about being comfy in the kitchen, I guess, here in Hawaii, is you can cook things that, unless it's a big celebration, but usually you want to cook things that it's just you're gonna throw it together, you just open the refrigerator, look in, this is what's here, and this is what you get.
so I'm just kind of making some room in the middle for him to put that rice in and start getting all the juices on it.
How many cups did you cook, Brian?
I cooked 4 cups. I'm not sure if they'll all fit in here, but we're gonna try.
It'll fit.
Make them fit.
One thing though is when you put the rice in the refrigerator overnight, the next day it's going to be a little bit harder. So it does pose some challenge because you want to break that rice up and not have clumps. So we show your muscles, Bernie.
Okay, yeah, so not only that, this is a good workout, but also you can add more. You've got juices already coming from the veggies and the meat that you put in, but this is where you add my favorite, aloha shoyu, because you got to get a little bit salt in there. Okay, and then here comes the secret ingredient, kimchi juice.
From the bottom of the jar.
From the bottom.
Oh, I can smell them. Oh, no.
I try not to use too much salt, so since shoyu already has salt, I'm not going to add any more salt, but I am going to put some pepper. Not too spicy, but just right.
Just right.
Pretty much the last ingredient before we put garnishing would be the egg. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Come on, my hand's sore already.
You never go gym long time, okay? Well, look at one shell in there. Good, I got them out. You need to work out.
All right.
Okay, so looks like we're just about there.
Nice.
And what we're gonna do now is plate up and eat, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let's check on our shrimp. I think it's about 15 or 16 minutes, and it's looking perfect. You can see that the color turned a little bit reddish.
So here we are, the final product. I've smelled all the flavors. I'm going to taste this. It's just going to be incredible.
I hope you enjoy.
Oh, I know I will enjoy it. Thank you very much. Comfy in the kitchen. Bon appetit.
One thing I'd like to share is like people have a hard time getting the shrimp out of the shell, and they use two hands and they really mess themselves. So I just want to share a little trick. You can just dirty one hand, you grab it right by the tail where there's a little bit of meat there, and you use your fork to stab the other part here. And then what you want to do is slightly just pinch at the bottom here, and pretty much everything comes right off.
Ah, nice.
So
Yeah.
let's see how it tastes.
What do you think?
Don't bother me, I need it.
I don't know yet. Let me see how it goes with this.
Me too.
Cheers.
Well,
Cheers.
Comfy in the Kitchen, 2021, Celebration of the Arts, Mr. and Mrs. Freitas.
Aloha.
go home and cook fried rice.
Yes.
And shrimp.